Hello, everyone, and welcome to Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. In the news, a Sulphur Springs City Council meeting is taking place this Tuesday evening at City Hall at 201 North Davis Street. An executive session began at 6 p.m. to discuss a personnel matter relating to City Manager Mark Maxwell. The regular council meeting is expected to begin at around 7 p.m. Among agenda items is one for discussion and possible action on the executive session item involving the city manager. Another agenda item calls for discussion of a motion to allow Jet Tribe Core Watercraft Company to hold a jet ski watercraft exhibition at Coleman Lake. Another agenda item calls for discussion of downtown parking. Two agenda items deal with whether or not to annex certain property. A 35-year-old Greenville man, Jeremy Edward Johnson, turned himself in to the Hopkins County Jail just before 1 a.m. Tuesday in connection with a warrant naming him for theft of property worth over $30,000 but less than $150,000.
Hey, it's almost time for the Lions Club Lighted Christmas Parade, and it is Friday night, December 6th. Now, because of construction on Conley Street, a little bit different route, Buford Park North to Houston. Go east, go south on Church, cross the square, ending at Tapp Funeral Home parking lot. And don't forget to say Merry Christmas.
Seems like we just talked about it, but I mean, the year keeps going faster and faster.
Well, Garrett Glass dropped by to tell us about it this morning. And yeah, once Thanksgiving's over, bam.
Yeah, especially this year with Thanksgiving. Seems like it was late in November. December just starts, and we always do the parade the first Friday in December. So with that being said, this year it seems like it's happened a lot quicker. I know we've had it on the 2nd of December before, which is really quick in December, but at least with this way we get a whole weekend to the month before we get going with the parade.
So this Friday night downtown.
So the downtown, the city is going to be doing all of their stuff down there. So I believe they'll have the tree lighting, which will happen early at 5:30. They'll have a market. The city's having the White Tigers out again. The Christmas tree decorating contest, and I believe that there'll be a petting zoo down there as well on Friday night.
And Downtown Business Alliance gets involved in this as well.
Yes, they're the ones that help put on the market, the tree lighting, because Santa's down there at the tree lighting beforehand to come light our tree up, and then he gets down to the start or the end of the parade and then waves on the children on the parade route.
And don't forget about Mrs. Claus.
Mrs. Claus,
she holds hundreds of children in her lap that evening.
Yes, I mean, I guess somebody has to wrangle in Santa, so Mrs. Claus is there to do it for us again this year, so we thank her as well. So the parade this year is going to be a little bit different, mainly due to the course that we're going to be in. Since Conley Street is still being worked on, the parade route this year is going to start at Buford, go north a little bit to Houston Street, Houston to Church, and then we'll go south on Church, then to Gilmer, and then we will finish up right south of the square in the Tapp's Funeral parking lot. So it's going to be a point-to-point parade this year, and it won't be a loop like we normally do.
Okay.
So that will be the biggest item that's changing this year. Everything else is still the same. We just bring float, car, trailer. As long as it has lights on it, we will have it enter.
Do people tell you ahead of time, like this far out, what they're entering, what they plan to enter?
So we do get a little bit of heads up. Usually when we see a church, we know it's going to be more of the I guess what the actual meaning of Christmas is going to be then at that point in time. If it's just a group, sometimes there'll be a fun type Christmas where we've seen Grinches before. There's really no theme to our parade, which is, I guess, the good part. It's just Christmas. So it spans a wide range, all the way from the religious aspect side of it, all the way to the fun, to the Grinch side of it, and the Who's and Whovilles. So there's a big range of parade floats out there.
Well, doesn't the Wildcat image always get in this parade too?
The Wildcat image, well, the Lions, that is actually a lion that's at the very front of it, because there's a big mane with the hay bales. They have talks about actually sprucing up our line a little bit this year and trying something different with it. But it is always one of those fun things to do to get that line when it's coming down to start the parade out correctly.
Well, you're absolutely right. I thought maybe it was a Wildcat in a lion's mane for the evening, but no.
No, yeah, since it is the Lions Club, we do call it a lion, but I guess it's anybody's interpretation on it at that point in time. As long as somebody knows it's a cat, we're doing pretty good then at that point in time.
Well, it's fun to see all these parades going by with the lights. I mean, this is fantastic for us.
Yeah, it is an absolute great way to get in the Christmas spirit, is what it is. So it kicks off Sulphur Springs Christmas time. So with it being at night, those lights really pop. Where I like multicolored lights on my house. So I mean, there's people that have the multicolors. Then there's some that have just the stark whites. So we just have a wide range of floats in there. I mean, we've had tractors in there, cars. We've had a couple kind of silly floats with a boat pulling a raft out there before. And then, I mean, we've actually had horses in the parade, but they were lit up with battery-powered lights.
Oh, my.
And it was a good time.
Do you have a winner?
So there are categories and winners. I do not have that information in front of me. Just with the parade, because we know it takes a little bit more to put on a lighted float other than just a normal daytime float that goes through for the Dairy Festival parade or any of the other parades that we have through town. So with that, we try to help out a little bit with that, especially the schools. We like to get the bands out there, and then lighting up, say 100 kids with lights and everything. It's not cheap, so we definitely help the schools out as well, because what's a parade without a marching band at that?
That's right. So band music, lights, and floats, and more.
Yes, that is it. That is all the more that we have. We do ask no candy to be thrown out, just because it is a nighttime parade. It's dark on the parade route, therefore you can really see those lights. So we don't want just kids running out in the street grabbing candy and somebody, I guess, not seeing it, and just, I guess, the worst of stuff happening then at that point in time.
Some of the good news is we are expecting great weather Friday night.
I've heard that as well. So, I mean, good weather, which is always a good thing. No rain, I guess, is in the forecast currently. It may be a little bit chilly just once the sun goes down, but, I mean, what's December without a little bit of chilliness?
You know, that's right, and put you in the spirit.
Yes.
So tell us once again, well, do you have major sponsors?
So our title sponsor this year is Carriage House Manor. So we would like to thank Carriage House for doing that for us again this year. And also we have Alliance Bank, City National Bank, Farmers Electric Co-op, Legacy Ag Credit, Farm Country, Brian Tolliver Ford, Nortex Tractor, J. Hodge Chevy, and Saputo. So those are our sponsors this year, which Carriage House, they've been our title sponsor, I'm going to say probably the last 5 or 6 years. I mean, Arvis, I know he gets in the Christmas spirit, and we really enjoy and welcome his sponsorship.
I think I've seen him going by with a lot of rocking chairs up there.
Yes, yeah, and Arvis, he puts his Rockettes in the parade every year, and it's a hit with the judges. We get new judges every year, and we get people from outside of Sulphur Springs, so therefore they don't know who they are, don't have any affiliation to anybody in town, just because obviously favorites or something of bias. We don't want any bias when it comes into it. So we get out of towns. Usually we contact Lions from other clubs to come and help us then at that point in time. So since we are serving, and this is a civic organization that we're doing this for, they come in and they enjoy our floats.
Why don't you tell us about 3 minutes worth of Lions Club fact?
So Lions Club, we were founded in 1937. What the main thing that we try to do at this point in time is eyeglasses. What we do here on the local basis, we have eye collection or eyeglass collection spots, and we take those and we refurbish them, or Lions Club International does, and distributes those to needy people that don't have glasses, whether they're going to third world, staying here in the States, something of that nature. Also, something that we have done is Beds of Hope as well, which is building beds for needy families, and now is a local charity as well, is what that one is. Okay. So they're just good sturdy beds. It costs a little bit for us to put them together, so that's where the sponsorship money go to help build stuff like that, to give some needy families and beds. Going back to the eyeglasses as well, we also do. We have a partnership with a local doctor here in town in case of somebody that is in need of a eyeglass prescription, so an exam and getting glasses. We help out with that as well. Therefore, I mean, since I wear glasses, I know when it was for me when I couldn't see. And sometimes, I mean, people don't have the means to go get an eye exam or don't know it, something of that nature. And going back to that as well, we actually have a machine that looks like basically like a DSLR camera that we can zap people's eyes and tell exactly what their prescription is. If they need to go see a doctor or if they don't, it actually gets a pretty good reading. I've scanned my eyes, and since I wear glasses, I know what I am, and it's actually pretty accurate. So once it's scanned my eyes, it says, hey, go see a doctor, you need glasses. Well, we already know that I do because I wear glasses every day. But it's a pretty neat function that we have, and then just keeping that up in the maintenance of that item, keeping the printer, getting paper to print all those things out, because we go to the schools, back to school fairs. We give it to our local ISDs that are around our county for her to go take it to all these different schools and I hate to say it, zap these kids' eyes, or but it's a great product that we have, and we were lucky to be a part of getting something like that, especially in Sulphur Springs and Hopkins County. I say, well, how does someone find out about this offer of Lions Club? Are they discovered through other needy programs? So we have with the doctors in town, they know that, or the I should not just say doctors, the optometrists in town, they know about the program that we run here. So that's where we're partnered with one of them currently. I believe it's with DeHaven where it is currently. So every few years we kind of ask about different places that we can get on with. So they know about that, and then all of the I guess Can Helps and needy places and the charities like that we have around Sulphur Springs know about it as well. Therefore, we can kind of help promote it and everything. When Lions Club, we meet at Pizza Inn every Tuesday at noon. So today is Tuesday, so we will meet at Pizza Inn at noon today. So it's a great organization. If you want to just come stop by, we'll buy you a pizza buffet, and then you can really see what we're about and learn us on a, I guess, more personal basis. Okay. And the main topic right now is getting ready for Friday night's parade. Yes, Friday night parade. We will talk about it at length today. I know we'll start building our float this week, getting our line put together and getting all the lights out, making sure all the lights work, generators work. Since it is a lighted parade, everybody's got to get them generators working. Mm-hmm. And so, find your place along the parade route, and once again, tell us that route. So that route is going to start at Buford, north on League Street for a little bit to Houston, down Houston to Church to the Square, and Square it'll be over to Gilmer, so it'll just be a short jaunt going straight over to basically Corner Grub House, and then south on Gilmer Street to Tapp's Funeral Home parking lot. Okay. Find your place on the parade route. Be in place this Friday evening starting at 5:30? So lineup usually starts a little bit early. The lineup a lot of people get out there while it's still daylight to finish decorating their parade. The tree lighting on the square will be at 5:30, and then the parade will kick off at 7 p.m. from Buford Park.
Okay. Don't miss any of it downtown Sulphur Springs and around the parade route this Friday night. Thank you very much, Garrett Glass.
Thank you, Nola, and thank you for having me. Merry Christmas.
You too.
In sports, another high school football playoff weekend and another playoff game at Gerald Prim Stadium in Sulphur Springs. This one is a regional final in Region 2, Class 3A, Division 1, as the Pottsboro Cardinals will be taking on the Gladewater Bears. The game takes place Friday night at 7:30 p.m. at the Prim. Pottsboro comes in with a perfect 13-0 record, while Gladewater is 10-3. Pottsboro represents District 5 3A and Gladewater District 8 3A. The winner of this game will move into the Class 3A Division I state semifinal game next weekend. And that's Channel 18 TV News for today. I'm Don Julian. Thank you for watching, and so long, everybody.